What's up, world? The title of this one, you should see it in the captions or whatever. How do y'all think that y'all better than black people when y'all haven't seen us in our purest form? And I want the non-black people of the world that's watching this or wherever, if you share this video, the non-black people, dig down in yourself and ask yourself a question. Do you think that you're better than black people? And why? If you do, why do you feel that you're better than black people and people of color? And this is the reason why, like a lot of people, black people we can sense when we're in the presence of people that think that they're better than us. And with you, it's nonverbals. You don't have to be bluntly racist or do certain shit. It's an aura. It's the way that you look at us. Like, you can turn up your nose. Like, women do it to other women, men do it to other men. But a lot of the races of the world feel their way about black people. And this is something that you have to dig within yourself and ask yourself this question. If you're non-black, do you feel that you're better than black people? And when you ask yourself this, when a lot of people think that they're better than black people, they don't understand what black people have been through that makes us. We didn't make the nigga. Who made the nigga? Who made us who we are today? Because most of y'all haven't seen black people in their purest form. And so put yourself in a black perspective. Imagine going to school and you learn the history, and everything you learn in history and everything I give to that, Edwin, because y'all black too. But everything you learn in history is, and I dress black people because I'm black. First, then you got to dress your own house before you could dress other houses. But everything you learn in history is nothing about you. All the ancient supposed to be knowledge and science comes from all non-black people, and the only narrative that you're taught is slavery and the products of slavery. Benjamin Franklin, Martin Luther King, and Nat Turner. And so that if you raised as to be just, if you was raised by a pimp and a hoe, what's your possibility of being somebody that of substance and being a greater person? So it's a conditioning to make you feel that you're less. If all you see is the great inventions, and when you learn in school that these white people, Europeans did this, Europeans did that, it puts in your mind, and everything that they're teaching you is nothing about black people. And then another thing is, what else that made a nigga? You know what I'm saying? Because we had feminism, we had Jim Crow, we had Willie Lynch, how to break a nigga. We had all of these things that made black people what they are and broke us down mentally and physically. And it trickled down. They destroyed our family, they destroyed our homes, they destroyed the love amongst each other. They turned the woman against the man. They put drugs in our community. They put guns in our community. They won't let us put music out unless it's downgrading us and talk about pimps, hoes, selling dope, and killing each other. So y'all haven't seen black people in our purest form, and really y'all have seen black people in our purest form, but it's been hijacked and written in history as it was in us. So, but now we're rewriting history, because everything that is supposed to be in European and Egyptians was white people, and the Hebrews were white people, is being erased, and we're coming back with the truth. And we're coming out with the truth that none of us, the black people, came up with mathematics, science, medicine. We built the pyramids. We built America. We was the architects. And this is the reason. And another thing I say this is because as the world thinks that they're better than black people, y'all haven't seen God. When y'all look at black people, you're seeing God. Because you ain't never, there's people that tear up, murder, mass. Look what Europeans have done to the world. They have murdered and massacred and raped and pillaged the whole world. They have killed the earth in 600 years. and you got people that's killing and doing genocides for less, and you looking at a people that have been done wrong for over 400 years, and we still like, we forgive you. Just give us our equality, give us what we're owed, and we'll march on into the future. Because truth be told, we could have been to fuck y'all up. We could have been to fuck y'all up. And it still can happen if you don't get it right. If you don't get it right, because it's more of us than, because that census of black people being a minority, we don't have no problems having babies. Lil Ray Ray and Pookie's in the hood making 3 or 4 babies right now. So how we the minority when most black people, especially black males, have 3 or 4 kids, and then the women have 3 or 4 kids? But I mean, so how we a minority when Europeans ain't producing babies like that? So we can fuck you up. We're genetically stronger. We're mentally better. We're in so many ways. And like I said, you're looking at godly people in the flesh, because we haven't done to the world what the world has done to us. And we could do that. And then let's talk about what we have given this world. We have given this world mathematics, because like I said, history's rewriting itself. The deeper you dig, the blacker it gets. People are finding out that black people, Negroes, are responsible for most of your inventions in America. George Washington Carver built the car. Thomas Edison didn't do the light bulb. We made the cotton gin. We created the internet. We made the first cell phone. We did the air conditioning. So just imagine all the other inventions we'd have done throughout time that we haven't got credit for because we were slaves. So you're taught. I mean, okay, let me do this analogy. Let's just say you're running track and you're trying to be the fastest man in the world. Your competition ain't the man that you know that's slower than you. Your competition is the man that you know that is faster than you and that probably can beat you. So now let's ask the question, why is it mandatory to keep your foot on the black man's neck? Because we was the inventors, we're the ones. So, but when we live in a society that is painted as black people are this, they're ghetto, they're hood, they're ratchet, they kill each other. For non-black people of the world, ask yourself the question, who made the nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not responsible for mass wars and genocide and blowing atomic bombs, and we're not responsible for being pedophiles and creating and being the first homosexuals, or we're not responsible for prostitution. We never done that. We're not responsible for oppressing women. We're not responsible for none of that. We're not responsible for slavery. So how are we the victims of it all, of some of the greatest, some of the most heinous and inhumane things, the humane things in the world, also somehow played as the bad guy and the people to fear, and we ain't shit when we're the victims. Like, how can you turn the victims into the bad people when we haven't had a chance in over 600 years to be at our prime and our potential? Because every time we try to rise, there's a system that's always breaking us down, and then pumping in our mind and our kids and our women and our men, and putting drugs in our neighborhoods and guns in our neighborhood, and won't let us produce music of peace and love amongst each other. I mean, so like, how can you think that you're better than the people that through it all have turned the other cheek, and has it done to the world what the world has done to us? Because I mean, that's just reverse psychology. And then, like I said, when we look at the DNA facts of it, we look at we're built for this sun shit. We're stronger with this. We was the first motherfuckers to take off from the 3-point line and dunking, and we the magical people. So how can the world, some of the weakest races of the world, think that they're better and point to the world that everybody, these Negroes over here are less than all of you? Even though they're faster and they come up with all the inventions and there's some clever motherfuckers, and everything in society doesn't move unless they create it and unless they shift it. We wouldn't have the music from no culture in this world if it wasn't for black people. I don't give a fuck if it's from classical music. We came up with that through the Moors. Classical music, blues, jazz, rock and roll, Hispanic music. All of the Hispanic music is African influence, and we're creating all of this. We're the creators. And back to what you said, Edwin, why does it always have to be about black? Because I'm black. I gotta address my house. I can't address my neighbor's house. If his roof is leaking and my roof is leaking too, I gotta fix my roof first before I address the neighbor's house. So that's the reason why everything was black with me, because I was born black, I'm gonna die black, and I'm gonna be black. So once we fix our problems, because we got the heaviest burden. Mexicans and Latinos, y'all going through y'all shit too, because y'all offsprings of us, which y'all don't know, because that's one of the lies of the world. They think that they tell y'all that y'all something different, Latinos and all of that. Latino means white. Olmecs was responsible for the Mexican civilization. The Olmecs were was Negroid people. They was black Indians. So y'all are going through what y'all going through because y'all don't know who y'all really are, and history was told to y'all wrong about who y'all are. But like I said, when I be out in public and when I'm dealing with people, I'm just looking, because anybody knows me, and when I'm out and about, I'm a people watcher, and I just sit back and watch people turn their nose up and turn their nose up at us, think that they can do and treat us any type of way, and I mean just some other bullshit. And like when black people deal with black men especially deal with other women of other different races, are they too good to deal with black men? But y'all date our women, you know what I'm saying? Because you know our women are better. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't mind to have the booty. Y'all take the woman, but y'all won't take if you want the woman, you gotta be able to accept the brother, the nephew, the father, and the grandfather. But y'all take the women, but y'all don't want the men. It's a package deal, player. If you're gonna fuck with black women, you gotta take the whole package deal. But like I said, I don't really understand how people can think the most beautifulest race of people on the earth, because like I said, you ain't never seen nothing unless you done went to a family reunion or barbecue with a bunch of black people, or if you in a club full of black people that love themselves as black people, and they in there electric sliding, cha-cha sliding, and doing, and the wobble song come on, and we all in sync and enjoying ourselves, and we're just in our purest form, and it's the most beautiful shit that you ever could see. Because I mean, like I said, when black love, and most of us, I'm 37, most of us that's old enough to see before the crack era hit and the drugs destroyed our neighborhoods and our family, it was a beautiful thing growing up amongst black people, man. Like they said, take a village to raise a kid. Take a whole village, and we was like a village, man. Like you be outside playing, you can't fuck up, because if your neighbor see you, they gonna tell your granny or your mama what you was doing. I mean, we was all one unit as a neighborhood until drugs and all of this foolishness came into our life that was pushed on us and destroyed everything. Now we can hardly even look at each other without it being a problem. So like I said, people want to think that they're better than black people, but y'all haven't seen us in our purest form. Like if you, let's just say if the white man, the system, and all of these fucked up laws and shit just back the fuck up off of black people, and y'all give us opportunity, y'all let us make the music, the uplift the music that we want to make, and y'all let us be the people that who we really are, because everything you see now is not who we are. That's what we're programmed to be, and that's the way that society is shifting us to be. They're shifting us to be gangsters and thugs and hoes and killers and pimps, because like I said, we don't own the music record labels, you know what I'm saying? So all this music that you hearing from us is when we're going to get these deals and going to get the money, and you really you can fault the record label and you got fault the artist, but if you got a person that's coming up from nothing and they trying to get something, and they tell the record labels telling them you got to make this raggedy ass trap music that we listening to now, what you gonna do? You gonna take his deal to come up off of just to get $1 million? I mean, which are you selling your soul? You selling out your people, but at the same time, it's a you got to put it on the Libra scale. But let's just say if society would back the fuck up off us and let us make the music like we used to make it in the 60s and 70s, and let us do our own thing and not be disturbed and not and get equal opportunity. You ain't never seen, the world, like I said, our lifetime ain't really seen us in our purest form. They haven't seen, the world hasn't seen us in our purest form for the last 400 or 500 years. I mean, but the Bible said 400 years, 1619 to 2019. That time is about up, player. That time is about up. At 400 years prophesied in the Bible of captivity is about up. But the world haven't seen us disturbed in over 400 years. And once the oppression, the captivity, and the curses let up off of, y'all gonna see God. Y'all gonna see us in our purest form, and y'all gonna see why they oppressed us. They put us in slavery, because it was one time they couldn't fuck with us. We ruled the world. They couldn't fuck with us. That's the reason why we was put in captivity. When we pissed off God and them curses fell upon us, that's when the world had its way with us. But once we get right with God and we get back to getting the understanding of God, keeping these commandments, and get back to our true form as black people, and the love and the unity and the respect, like I said, because there's no race on this world that's stronger than us, that's is gifted, that is magical. And then I'm just being honest, like, and this is, we could take a census poll. Like I said, we're responsible for your mathematics. We're responsible for your science. We're responsible for most of your monuments of the world. Like, they got y'all thinking that Italy and Europe was built by Europeans, when that's and when Europe and all of them Europe countries was actually black civilizations. The first Europeans was black. The Britons, the first Russians was black. I just posted a thing on my Facebook page the other day where Benjamin Franklin he stated that in his book, and you can go through my thing and find it, and it says that Benjamin Franklin confessed to all Russia, Europe, Germany, and all of that shit was black people. Black people was the majority, but they have lied to us. And like I said, when people look at our current state, nobody takes into consideration what has been done to us. What has been done to us. What we've been through, and we still here, we still marching on. Most of your other races would have been wiped out and eradicated. You know what I'm saying? Like it said in the Bible, as Pharaoh in Egypt, as they oppressed the people, made them work hard, they killed them. Guess what? They just kept multiplying. The people kept multiplying. So you get people that you've been killing unjustly, you've been murdering, beating, raping, and all that, and we just keep multiplying. Like I said, there's other races. Europeans ain't even been touched, as in a race, as in mass murdered and genocide and shit, and their numbers is dwelling. The birth rate amongst Europeans is low. There's diseases, you can look it up in Northeast America, where there's diseases just attacking Europeans. So you're looking at people that have been through all this in life and history, and we're still here and we're still thriving. You know what I'm saying? So that shows our strength and our power and our God, because we're still here. But once, and like I said, and back to where I was going at, you, like I said, when you think that you're better than black people, take in consideration what has been done to us and who done it. Like, how can you fault us for the way that we are when you're not willing to look in the mirror and realize the monster that made us? Like, if you a pit bull is not a bad dog. If you raise a dog to be a loving dog, it's gonna be a lover. If you raise a dog to be a fighter, guess what the dog is gonna be? It's gonna be a fighter. So you can't take a nation of people and just break them down, beat them, rape them, and who knows what our ancestors have seen and been through throughout the time, and then expect to get a sane man and the same people out of all of this oppression and crazy and evil and wicked shit that has been done to us. You can't expect it. So like I said, when people think that they're better than the black people and the Negro, take in consideration who made us and what they still doing to us and what they done to us. Like I said, under any circumstance, any other race of people would have been destroyed. There's other people that have had less done to them that ain't here on this earth now. There's animals that have been done ain't been done as much as it have been done to as much as what's been done to the Negroes that ain't here. There's animals that are extinct that people have hunted and killed and that are still not here. So through it all we lost 6 million niggas just on the boat ride here. You know what I'm saying? So like through it all, we're still here. So how can any race of this world think that they're better than the people that makes your sports better, that made your music, that makes your music better? Like I said, country music wouldn't be is shifting because of black people. You wouldn't dance the way you dance, or the dances that y'all doing now when y'all like doing that bullshit, white people on the news. Y'all wouldn't do that shit if we didn't come up with it. Y'all not coming up with none of this shit. Y'all didn't come up with the internet. Y'all didn't make the first car. Y'all didn't make the cell phone. Y'all didn't make the periodic table. Y'all didn't make mathematics. Y'all didn't make shit. Y'all stole everything, but y'all did make shit. So we're the producers. We're the architecture. We're the people. We the motherfuckers. We them ones. We God's chosen seed. If y'all can't open y'all's eyes and see whose God people is before it's too late. Because he said when he comes back, he's going to be yielding a sword of vengeance for the iniquities that has been done to his children. If y'all can't see that we're God's people, because through it all, we've been so godly like. Oh man, we have been so godly. Because we could have been to fuck y'all up. Like I said, because we're the majority, but this is not. We waiting on God. This is God. This is God's back. Cause we'll never do it. We'll never fuck you up like how y'all did to us. Cause that's not in our heart. We're not murderers. We're not rapists. We're not killers. We're not the people that we're not the same as the people that has done us so wrongly. That's the reason why we ain't fucked y'all up. We're not killers like that. We're not murderers. We're not ungodly, evil people. So that's the reason why we've been patient and sparing with this world and the people of this world. Because like I said, everybody turns their nose up at us, from white to everything. All people of the world, Chinese and everything. And like I said, let's be honest, we will fuck y'all up. If we ever come together as a unit and say, you know what, we sick of this shit. We're done with all of this. Y'all might get the guns or whatever, but this manpower, you know what I'm saying? We got them guns too. And then the thing about it is when the line is drawn in the sand, we in your army. We've been taught to be pilots, and we've been taught to be Marines and snipers and special forces. And so we done infiltrated the system. So, I mean, a lot of motherfuckers neglect black shit until all they got is black people. So we could have been to fuck y'all up, but that's not our spirit, and that's not who we are. But like I said, when people, non-black people of the world, when you ever see a black person, even if you see us at our lowest point, the most ratchet, ghetto, and uncivilized, because we're coming out. We got the intelligent ones, we got our highly intelligent, and we got our lowest of the low. But when you see that lowest of the low, just think to yourself before you turn your nose up to them and think that you're better than them. Who made the nigga? You know, like I said, because we're not the inventors of none of this system. We're not the way that we are just on our own. Europeans made us this way. Like I said, they made everything. They made all the fucked up shit. They made the nigga. They did the killing. They did the slavery. They did the captivity. They invented pedophilia, homosexuality, because they was the Romans. They made prostitution, all of this. And let's be honest, let's put it all on the table. They invented it all. So how can the world turn their nose up to the victims of all the unjustly shit and think that we're the bad people when you're not taking in account of who is the mastermind of it all? We're pawns in the chess game, which we was kings and queens, but we have became pawns in the chess game, and we're waking up to realize it, and we're realizing. Thank you, God, for the internet, and thank you for the black man that made the internet, because what the devil thought he was gonna use to keep in touch with to monitor and spy and all the shit the CIA and all of these Facebook do to use the internet for, and all of this wicked shit that they use it for. God is using the internet to wake up his people. Like it said in the Bible, in the last days there's going to be a flood of information. And there's going to be so much information. And it's slow. Some of us is hard and slow to wake up and realize who we are, and everything that's been taught to us is a lie. But thanks to the internet, we're waking up. We're getting these knowledges. We're getting these ancient books. We're getting these scriptures, and we realizing that we're not who we thought we was, who we was told we was. You know, like it always want to start at slavery and all of that shit. But who was we before them slave boats? And like I've been telling people, we was already in America. Who was we in America? Because America was filled up with Negroid people. Who was we before them? Christopher Columbus came over here off of orders of Pope Nicholas and the Dumb Diverses to come and to take over land and enslave a whole nation of people in America. Who was we? Let's tell the truth. We're finding out about the Negroid civilizations of America, the Negroes that was here, which they try to classify as Indians to hide that there was black people, Negroes here before Christopher Columbus came here. We're finding out about this. Like I said, thank the Lord for the black man that invented the internet, that we can get this information. We ain't got to go around the world looking into these libraries and trying to find this information, and we could just, if we dig deeper, the deeper we dig, the blacker it gets. And thank the Lord for it, because black people are waking up. We are waking up. Like I said, so next time you think that you better than black people, you need to look at the people that made the nigga. Don't look at the niggas and what way that we are. Cause the real ghetto motherfucker, I mean, we're called ghetto, but who created ghetto? That's like calling the kettle black. You feel me? Cause you're not better. We're better.